Assalamualaikum and welcome to our group presentation. Before we start, let me introduce our group 3 members which participate by Muhammad Faik bin Misbah, Nur Atikah binti Khairul Nizam, Nurul Izwa Natasha binti Jikal, and last, Said Muhammad Fariduddin. This video contains 5 parts which are introduction, 3 types of live feed include the copepod, Claudocera, and the rotifer. The 5th is the references.
The first thing that we are going to talk in this video is copepod. Copepod are small aquatic crustacean and one of the most numerous metazoan group in aquatic communities. Copepod inhabit a huge range of salinities from freshwater to hypersaline condition. So generally, all of the copepod that listed in the rubric is marine species, such as Acartia, Etida, Calanus, Candacia, and many more. Moving on to the scientific classification. Classifications of copepod is termed under kingdom Animalia. It is further divided into phylum, which is Arthropoda. Each phylum is then divided into classes, which is Hexanoplia. The subclass copepod is further divided into following orders: Salanoida, Cyclopoida, and Poecilostomatoida. All of these species have different family and genus name. Moving on to physical characteristics of copepods. Members of these orders can be differentiated as follows. Cyclopoida, prosome-urosome articulation between the fourth and fifth postsepalic segments. First antenna relatively long, antenna of one part, uniromous. Urosome usually narrower than prosome. Poecilostomatoida, prosome-urosome articulation between the fourth and fifth postsepalic segments. First antenna short, antenna uniromous. The front of the head is unusually white and the body is brightly colored, usually yellow-orange but sometimes red. Salanoida, the prosome-urosome articulation between the fifth and sixth postsepalic segments. First antenna long, antenna biromous. Urosome usually narrower than prosome. Calanoids can be easily recognized by their very long first antenna. Next is reproduction. Since both males and females are present, sexual reproduction is present. Males look at female by following the pheromone trails in the water. Pheromones are chemicals that attract members of the same species. Males place a single sperm packet on the female's abdomen. The sperm escapes the packet, enters the female's body through the opening of a reproductive system and is stored in special sacs. Next is fecundity. Optimal temperature for egg productions of copepod was reported at 15 Celsius and 20 Celsius and producing up to 50 eggs per day depending on the availability of food and sufficient nutrition. Moving on to requirement to culture. First is place to culture. Copepod can be cultured in almost any suitable container and tank. Filtration. It is compulsory to maintain the dissolved oxygen and water quality. Consider lighting. Copepods don't really need a lot of light in order to grow or reproduce. Around 12 to 16 hours per day of minimal light works well. Fine-tune the salinity. Copepods were generally cultured in seawater of 26 to 28 ppt salinity. Adjust the temperature. Make sure to maintain the right temperature for our copepod. And the last one is feeding for growth performance. Most of marine copepods eat phytoplankton.
Claudocera is a primarily freshwater monophyletic group, but some families such as Daphnidae, Bosminidae, and Cridoridae are also found throughout the oceans. Each phylum of Arthropoda is divided into classes of Branchiopoda. Did you know that they can be categorized into 6 families? Firstly, Leptodoridae have 2 large antennae used for swimming, a single compound eye, and can go up to 21 mm. Secondly, Daphnidae have a body, a compound eye is large, and an abdominal spine is long. Third, Cetidae have a rectangular form and have 2 pairs of antennae. The compound eye is situated ventrally and has 6 pairs of foliaceous legs. Following that, Uvasucidae have an anastominal. Furthermore, lengths of up to 1.5 mm are Bosminidae and the head is rounded anteriorly. Finally, Chiodoidae have a compound eye, an ocellus, and a spherical body that has a preanal angle prominent. Overall, all species are 98% transparent with yellow, brown, and green colors. Cladocera are typically asexual, usually consisting of clones of all females but with a gender determined by the environment, and males produce during stress. After autumn, the males will emerge and sexual reproduction will occur. For their fecundity, Daphnidae, Sididae, Chiodoidae, and Eurysacidae may reach 20 to 40 eggs, a maximum abundance of 1,759 individuals per cubic area every 12 hours or 70 hours.
We have two methods to cultivate them. First, prepare a 1 gallon jar that has been filled with water from the healthy aquarium. Then insert the Daphnia. Feed them 1 drop of 1 part spirulina powder 3 to 5 days per week. And do not forget to stir it to help keep it suspended in the water long enough. Next, expose them to light in the room. Secondly, the natural pond water should contain a source of green algae to act as food for the water fleas. The temperature of the water should not exceed 20 Celsius. Water flea food can be as simple as a few sprinkles of yeast.
Now we will talk about rotifers. For the first and second species, they are both marine species, but they come from different family, Gastropodidae and Asplagnidae. The third species is freshwater species from Euclenidae family. For the first and second species, they are quite similar. They both form sac oval shape and transparent. Their body also filled with body cavity fluid. The third species has antenna, long cilia, and longitudinal muscle. Now, species in Brachionidae family. Brachionidae family are freshwater species. They exist in rounded or oval shape and have anterior and posterior spine. The length is between 100 to 600 micrometer. Dicranophoridae and Conochilidae family. Both family consist of both freshwater and marine species. Dicranophoridae exist in various shapes like slender and triangular, and also have various sizes of foot and stalk. Conochilidae have vase-shaped lorica and either have prominent ventral antenna or singular antenna. Notomatidae and Lepadelidae family. Both families exist in marine and freshwater. Notomatidae exist in rod-shaped lorica and mestax with ventral salivary gland. Meanwhile, Lepadelidae exist in oval and compressed body and have rigid shell shape. Next, we talk about reproduction. Reproduction of rotifers can be influenced by temperature and condition. They are also known as mixes, means sexual and asexual. They can produce asexually when it is favorable condition and sexually when they are male. Now, fecundity or rate of reproduction. The max production of rotifer is 81,080 per day. They are able to produce more than 10 generations of young in life. The requirement to culture rotifer. Rotifer require green water with salinity of 5 to 35 ppt and the optimal temperature around 28 to 32 degrees Celsius. They also feed on algae.
To wrap up this video, we are able to learn that Cladocera, rotifer, and copepod exist in enormous number of species. They also have different traits and habitat and form. This variation can help the culturists to supply the best live feed for fish larvae in aquaculture. Now, we are at the end of the video. Before that, this is our references. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you again. Bye bye.